What's up guys, welcome to the channel. This is my first RC video, and in this video we're checking out the Redcat Volcano 16. This is a 1/16 scale brushed 4-wheel drive monster truck that is ready to run. Now this RC car is priced at $100, which is not super cheap but also not super expensive. But I picked it up because I'm new to filming RC videos and I needed some practice with unboxings and reviews. And I thought this would be the perfect pick for me. And guys, look what else came in the mail today. We finally got our GPS, so now we can do speed runs as well. And I got myself a legendary toolkit because I did not have any RC tools to work on the cars. Now this is something very interesting. When I picked up this toolkit, this brand also sells RC cars and there was one for 78% off, which is this legendary Legend monster truck. So I had to get this RC as well. A 1/10 scale, pretty decent looking RC truck for 48 bucks. Sign me up. Now what's also cool about this legendary monster truck, it comes with 6 shocks and 2 brushed motors. And in the future, I want to put 2 brushless motors in there and see how fast it can go. But that will be in a future video, so if you want to see that, make sure to follow the channel or subscribe. So we're gonna unbox this monster truck, show you guys what's inside, check out all the cool features, and then later, we're gonna take it out for a spin. But first, I want to try and fix my old Redcat, which was an Earthquake 8E. This used to be a Redcat Earthquake 8E. This is a 1/8 scaled monster truck. I already filmed myself taking it apart, but I'm new to filming, so the quality wasn't the best, so I might show you guys some clips here and there, but if not, here's the rundown. I bought this truck 10 years ago just as a shell with no electronics. Back then, I couldn't really afford to fix it. However, now, with more competition on the market and better prices, you can find some budget-friendly options out there that work really good for casual runs. I'm not planning to break any records yet. But for now, the budget-friendly options are fine with me. I pretty much have all the parts I need to run this vehicle. I got 2 Ovonic 5250C batteries, some spare spur gears, a Surpass Hobby 120 amps ESC, a Surpass Hobby 2250 kV brushless motor, a 70 kilogram servo, which I think is a little bit too much, a Dumborg radio and receiver, and of course I got the body for it because the old one was completely cracked. And after I picked up the Redcat Volcano, I also picked up this thing. This is the MGX Hypergo, but I bought the wrong one. This is a 1/16 scale and not the 1/14 scale I actually wanted. But that's okay. We're also going to do a practice unboxing and review of this car in a future video. Now guys, everything I got here was super cheapo, so it's not going to perform as an original Earthquake, but we're going to find that out later because we have a GPS here and we're going to run some speed runs on the Earthquake and the Volcano. And the more I took this car apart, the more problems I found. One of the biggest issues were the shocks were all kind of busted and they had nothing in them, and the differential was just like this. It has some juice in it, but it was pretty much empty. Other than that, some of the plastics dried up completely and started cracking, and my tires are also completely torn. So we're not gonna go super quick. I just want to run it a little bit and we're just gonna put it together. Maybe I'll show you guys some clips because I have to take it apart again when the parts arrive. My plan was to order some fluids for the diffs and the shocks, get some new tires, and maybe get some spare shocks. But I'm on a tight budget because I've already invested in some RC cars and some equipment for the channel, so I'll do that next time. So this time I only ordered the fluids, but I live in South America and there's no hobby shops nearby, so everything's gonna take 4 to 6 weeks to arrive. So that's why I'm just gonna put it back together. For the shocks, I was thinking about putting some automatic transmission fluid. I know it's not supposed to be in there, but at least it's gonna provide some resistance. For the diffs, I was thinking about putting some axle grease, but I don't know, man. I don't want to leave it empty like this and just run it a little bit. Maybe I'll put some grease inside, so hopefully it stays a little bit protected. For the wheels and tires, I was thinking about the Creighton wheels because those look pretty badass. And for the shocks, I think I'm gonna get some aluminum shocks because this plastic also cracked, so it's leaking all over the place. Now the reason I'm gonna put this back together and take it apart again later, I've never been so excited to play with my RC cars before. I've never driven a 1/8 scale RC before and never driven a 4-wheel drive RC car before, so I'm super excited. I just wanted to get this video out so I can play with my toys. But enough talk, that's a plan for today's video. If you guys enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and a subscription to the channel. That would be really helpful. And let me know if you guys like or dislike anything about the video in the comment section down below. I'm new to all of this, to RC and filming, so all feedback is highly appreciated. Just let me know what's wrong, what's good, and I'm gonna make improvements in every single video. Guys, we have a problem. So I was putting this back together last night. I tried to film it, but it is very difficult. So I got good news and some bad news. The good news is the receiver fits, the batteries fit, and the servo kind of fits. It's a bit too tall, but with some proper screws, I think we can make it fit. Bad news is the motor is way too big. It doesn't fit at all. So we're gonna have to get a smaller motor. That's not all. The ESC also doesn't fit. Way too big. So I was planning to run this truck on 6S, but I think this is an older truck and it's also a pain in the butt to work on. I'm not sure if it's because it's an older truck, but I think I'm gonna get some other stuff. We're gonna have to wait 6 more weeks until I get my paycheck, and we're gonna keep this truck 4S so we don't tear it apart too much, because breaking something, also I messed up a bunch of screw holes. Kind of unfortunate, but that's okay. We're not gonna give up on this truck. We're still gonna fix it, but for today's video, we might only run the Redcat Volcano. Now, the Redcat Volcano comes with a brush motor, so I did get a brushless motor here. This is a 1/16 kil brushless motor. It's so cute. Also, a mini brushless capable ESC, so cute. And some small 2200 2S batteries. I also got some 3S coming, but those are for the MGX because those cars are 3S ready. I also found some shock oil at a boba shop. That guy sells boba and random RC stuff, so I fixed my shocks and it feels so much better. The diff is still empty though. Now let's undress this kitty. So in the box you get a USB charger, one extra 800 mAh lithium-ion battery because the other one is already installed in the car, 3 cable ties and some extra double-sided tape, the lights for the front bumper, 9 extra body clips. I think it should be 10, but maybe I lost one. I'm not 100% sure. The car itself has decent suspension, double wishbone suspension in the front and the rear. Pretty nice rear bumper, and the same thing in the front. Although this one feels a little bit harder. I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this thing, and if not, I'll just give it to my son, and whenever he breaks it, I'll just fix it for him, because it does not look too complicated to fix. Not a lot of metal parts on this RC. I think the only part I see is this metal drive shaft going from the back to the front. The car also has a plastic center brace for some extra sturdiness. Now, the biggest disappointment for me when I saw this thing is that the shocks are not oil-filled shocks. These are just normal plastic shocks. So in the future, we're gonna definitely upgrade the shocks to oil-filled shocks. So earlier in the video, I mentioned that I was gonna upgrade the electronics as well, but that's a few weeks ago. I did see a couple of videos of people upgrading their Redcat, but it's a pain in the butt. So I think I'm just gonna only upgrade the shocks. Now this car comes with a lithium-ion battery, which is great for storage, but not really for power. So this is the wheel spin with the default battery. And this is the wheel spin with a LiPo battery, which is much better for power, but it won't increase our top speed or anything. I can't really tell the difference now, but maybe if we go outside, we can tell the difference a little bit better because we'll have more room. Alright, we are at our speed run location. This is probably the best spot I can get, but it is super noisy, so I'm not going to be here for too long. We're going to start with the 800 mAh lithium-ion battery that it comes with fully charged, and then later we're going to try out the 2S battery that comes with the MGX Hypergo. So with the stock battery, we got 18 miles per hour, which is almost 29 kilometers per hour. And with the 2S LiPo, we got 20 miles per hour, which is 32 kilometers per hour. Pretty nice. Alright, I lost 2 body pins. Battery is not hot. Motor is pretty hot. ESC is warm. Alright, we took a couple of good hits. So far, damage-wise, it doesn't look too bad. Yeah, this I hit the curbs a lot, so front bumper's kind of messed up. The lights are still intact. It's just a bit dirty. No screws are gone. Yeah, just dirty. Really good. Very nice. Very, very nice. So after a couple of runs, I checked if everything was fine or if anything was overheating, and everything seemed fine. Nothing was broken, although the body was very dirty because I used the Kevin Talbot shoe glue trick with the drywall tape, but it's no problem because it washes right out with some water and a brush. Alright guys, there you have it folks, this was the Redcat Volcano 16. After a couple of days of running it and light bashing, this is my experience with it so far. This thing was a lot more fun than I expected, but like I said, I wish it came with oil-filled shocks. Because the handling of this thing wasn't the best, but I think that's only because it has friction shocks and not oil-filled shocks. So whenever I press full throttle, it will just slide all over the place, or it could be due to its size. But I've seen smaller cars do really well with handling. The runtime with the stock battery was also pretty good. I think I got around 20 minutes. With the 2S LiPo, the motor did get really hot after running it for 20 minutes. And with the 2 batteries it comes with, you basically need to use both battery packs before the motor overheats. So around 40-ish minutes. Another thing you'll notice is if you play this thing on your driveway or on your yard, this thing looks a lot faster than it actually is. So once I brought it out to an open spot, I saw how slow this thing really is. But it's not that bad. And as you guys saw in the video, this thing took quite a few hard landings and hits, and I think it's because all the plastics are so flexible. So whenever you hit or land somewhere hard, everything just flexes and flexes right back. So that's pretty nice. This is what the inside body looks like after I clean it up with water and a brush. Now, a lot of people say that the MGX HyperGo is the best starter RC ever. And I do agree it's pretty good, but it has some issues that I would not want to have to deal with as my first RC ever. But that's something we'll cover in that video. Also, the body, I can't really say how well a default body would hold up because I reinforced it, but it did get shaved off a little bit here. Got a lot of scratches. I think some roof braces would be kind of nice. Other than that, the body is pretty beat up, but it's still alright. So overall, my experience with this truck is pretty good. If you are an adult, you might get bored of the top speed because it's pretty slow, but for a kid or beginner, or if you're just not sure if you want to get into the hobby, this is a pretty fun truck. Also, something I forgot to mention, a lot of people like it when the truck wheelies when they do full throttle, but I don't really like that. Whenever I full throttle, it just went, which I much more prefer. Also, when making sharp turns, the car did not flip or roll over, which is also pretty good. Nothing broke, everything held up perfect. It only got a little bit dirty, but it's already clean now, ready for its next run. Anyways, enough talk. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to follow or subscribe to the channel because we still have all of this to check out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Peace.